I thought we had a fight going on here.
Oh, you've got a fight, all right.
Wrong move, baby.
I have an 8-year-old in
Tiebreaker.
All right, so we are back. We are with The Quickening. I still love that title. Anthony, the curse of you continues to happen as we go to yet another tiebreaker because of you.
Thanks.
Stop getting points.
Sorry, buddy.
Suck more.
Jelena, you won the last topic. You are not going to be able to pick one, though. I'm going to pick it. Whoa! All right, are you ready for it? Are you ready for it?
No.
Or do you want to wait?
I was born ready.
For it?
Cotton.
Because what we're talking about, what?
We didn't explain the rules, Chris.
I was going to, okay. Go ahead.
Were you going to do it after the question?
Yeah.
I should probably read the script more.
Yeah. All right.
There's a script.
So, the topic
Get a
that
script.
we are going to be debating is which movie has the best post-credits scene? Okay? I want to hear Jelena's answer, JR's answer, Anthony's answer. Jelena, 60 seconds, 60 seconds, 60 seconds. That's it. Bill and I will deliberate. The worst answer, worst argument, will be eliminated, and the other two will be going on to the boss battle. Jelena, which movie is the best post-credit scene?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Excellent. JR.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Excellent. Anthony.
The Incredible Hulk 2008.
Great. Jelena, 60 seconds on the clock. Let's do it.
All right, so I know that Marvel has tried to kind of co-opt the whole post-credit scene thing, but I think if we go back to one of the Harkening originals, you get the way Ferris Bueller's Day Off's post-credit scene plays out is that you've got this, he's yelling basically at the viewer, telling them, what the hell are you doing here? Get out of here. And it kind of ties together. The best thing about that movie, in my opinion, is every time he breaks the fourth wall and draws the viewer in. When I saw it as a kid, it was the most hilarious thing I'd seen. And him bringing that back at the end, basically making it all seem more real than it had been until that point, is brilliant. And I'm not a fan of post-credit scenes that are like, oh, let's hint about a sequel, or let's just make some random like off-the-side joke instead of actually tying a theme together. So there's my shade for my question.
Whew.
Time.
So much shade.
Lots of shade.
It's
like
really
an
cold in
umbrella.
here.
Where did this say?
Hey.
All right, JR.
Hey.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let's do it.
As far as taking oneself seriously, you get, Paul Rubens back in film. He's doing a thing. He's playing this quirky vampire. He has a death scene, and there's an over-the-top death scene. It gets kind of funny, and it is a little ridiculous. And if you sit through credits, like some of us do, because we care about who did what in the film, then he's dying some more, and that's fucking hilarious. And it is the most camp death scene that you didn't expect to be at the end of a film. Like, the film is over, and is there going to be a sequel? Is there going to be a continuation? No, this MFR is still dying, and so that's why I think that's the best post-credit scene.
You got 10 more seconds.
Oh, if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Little plug for a movie.
Yeah. Don't believe me, just watch. Anthony. Go ahead.
The oft forgotten solo Incredible Hulk movie ends with General Thunderbolt Ross sitting in a bar drinking because he just kind of got his ass handed to him emotionally, and then his daughter, everything. And then RDJ walks in, and the first movie we'd seen in this series was Iron Man. And you're teased that the Avengers is going to be a thing, and every comic book fan creamed their pants because they wanted to see the Avengers. They wanted a comic book universe they didn't even know could exist. And this is this post-credit scene. You see RDJ walk in. He wasn't in that movie. He was in the previous one. Holy crap. The stars are in each other's movies. Avengers Initiative. Launched the post-credit sequence of The Incredible Hulk launches, essentially, because it's the first time you see them in each other's movies, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with RDJ coming in and saying, this is what you get to look forward to.
That was almost exactly 60 seconds. It was scary, like when you hit the thing. Like, all right. Three strong
this
arguments.
Is tough. Yeah, this is a tough argument. I really enjoyed all three of these. All right, let's talk this out, and then we'll talk about afterwards.
I'll make it quick. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The breaking of the fourth wall. The fact that kind of looks at the audience sideways. I really like what you had said, JR, about the death that goes on and on and on. I love extended jokes that just take way too long, and
That's why you're friends with me.
So do I.
that's why we've been friends for so long. It's kind of an extended joke.
Yeah.
But I think that Ferris Bueller's Day Off wins it for me.
Okay. Who would you eliminate?
Oh yeah, the
nice.
weakest. They're sharing notes over here. I don't like
Oh goodness.
the
Eyes on your own paper.
the weakest argument, honestly, Anthony. You said it's the first one with RDJ where he comes back for another movie, but I mean the first post-credit scene in a Marvel movie is another three-letter person at Samuel L. Jackson at the end of Iron Man, and that's the first time that you hear the word in a movie on the big screen. Let me tell you about the Avengers Initiative.
Yeah, I get what he's saying though, because Samuel L. Jackson was not in the film. This is the first time you saw an actor from one of the other films actually appear. So there really was a
get that,
kitschness to it.
But it's not the first one.
Yeah, Jolena, I'm definitely going to have you move on. I feel like you tied it in really well.
Sorry, buddy.
It's between these two.
Not because that was the one you wanted to do.
That's not what that was like.
That was your original answer? Yeah. It really was. And it's so iconic that Deadpool was able to just recently redo it.
yeah.
Everybody
I
knew
should
it
have
was
meant to mention
But
that.
I really liked that. You're right. It wasn't doing anything but continuing all of the character work that you had seen in the previous film. And it's brilliant. And everybody knows about it. And it's great. And so I'm torn between these two. And you're not really helping me.
You want me to?
No, I'm really on the fence because I like every point that you made. But it was also one of the weaker Marvel Cinematic post-credit scenes for me.
Sure.
And I like the implications of it more than I like the actual scene. The Paul Rubin-ness of Paul Rubin really was absolutely hilarious, and it caught you off guard. And but in terms of impact and in terms of anything else, that's kind of where I'm at.
All right, so to go
He's
to
having a lot of trouble right now.
to something you brought up earlier.
Do you want to just rock?
Like, what is the question? The question is
what is the best post-credit scene?
scene.
Yes. And for me, I'm going to have to give it to Paul Rubin and Buffy.
Yeah.
There you go. Is that the death?
One of my
Anthony didn't get it.
you brought it, and I liked it, and it's a great answer. But one of my favorite things about that scene is the Marvel short, the one shot that Coulson's in, where he's talking about why he sent Robert Downey Jr. just to piss off William Hurt, because he knew. Like the further implications of having to explain that scene later is what made that scene even better for me.
I don't know if I ever saw that actually.
It's great, and it breaks down a bunch of the post-credit scene, and I strongly recommend watching it. But based on that scene alone, I think the Paul Rubens really continued on with everything that movie was, and I think that was great, and that's what I'm going to go with. So we're going to have JR and we're going to have Jelena in the final round. Anthony, I want to give a chance for you to say goodbye, talk about some plugs. What do you want people to do? He's writing furiously.
This is how I feel about Ocarina of Time.
It says
butts.
butts. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. It says butts.
Yes,
That's it.
Louise Belcher really enjoyed your goodbye.
With two T's.
Where can
There's
people
nothing
find
wrong
you?
with
Where
some
can people
butts.
look you up?
Two towers.
I'm on New Dimension Comics. I do the Magic events on Fridays, some Saturdays. I'm on Twitter, but the only thing I've done recently is ask Pandora a question about my membership. And
Well, did you
yeah,
get an
so that's
answer?
it.
Did
What?
Pandora tweet you back?
No, they didn't.
Did James
But I bought the
Cameron
premium
tweet you back?
anyways. No. You might say that I was not able to obtainium his response.
That's why you're leaving. Alright, we're going to be right back. We're going to have Julian and JR. We're going to go to the boss battle. Let's bring the fire, guys. Fire! Fire!